Put your hands up. Don't move. Officers stormed the scene with guns drawn. What they found inside would haunt them forever. It began as a simple online date. A man hoping for romance. A woman offering her place. But by the end of that night, a man was dead, another beaten, and a killer couple was on the run. December 7, 2018, wasn't just another Friday night in Georgia, it became the opening act in a twisted tale of betrayal, blood, and cold-hearted murder. What made these two kill? And how many lives did their trap ensnare before the truth came out? The victim. Marcos Guerra Lopez was 37 years old. A construction worker who had moved to Georgia from Mexico 5 years earlier. Friends described him as hardworking, generous, and lonely. In a new country, far from family, Marcos turned to dating apps to find connection. His profile was simple, looking for someone kind to share my life with. On December 6, he matched with a woman calling herself Candy. Her photos showed a smiling brunette in her early 30s. Her profile promised a good time for the right man. After exchanging messages all day, Marcos agreed to meet her at an apartment complex in Tucker, Georgia. He told a coworker he was excited, this could be the start of something real. It was the last time anyone would see Marcos alive. The discovery. The 911 call came in at 6:42 a.m. on December 7. A jogger reported seeing blood on the sidewalk outside the Lakeside Vista apartments. When officers arrived, they followed the dark trail to a dumpster behind Building C. Inside, wrapped in a bloodied sheet, was the body of Marcos Guerra Lopez. He had been beaten so severely that his face was unrecognizable. The coroner would later determine that he died from multiple blunt force traumas to the head. His wallet was missing. His car was gone. The only identification was a construction company ID card in his back pocket. Detective Sarah Perez was assigned as lead investigator. In 15 years on homicide, I'd never seen someone beaten with such deliberate cruelty, she would later testify. Question set. Number 1. What dating app did the killers use to lure their victims? Number 2. Where was the victim's body discovered? Number 3. What was the cause of death for Marcos Guerra Lopez? The pattern emerges. While canvassing the area, Detective Perez got a call from a precinct across town. Another man, Eric Daniels, had been admitted to Grady Memorial Hospital with severe head injuries. He claimed he had been lured to an apartment by a woman he met online, then ambushed and beaten by 2 men with baseball bats. They took his wallet, watch, and car keys. Eric had managed to escape by jumping from a first-floor window. When shown a photo of Glenda Carter from her driver's license, Eric confirmed this was the woman who had invited him over. She seemed so normal, he told police from his hospital bed. We were talking, having a drink, and then she excused herself. That's when they came out of the bedroom. The pattern was clear now, this wasn't an isolated incident. This was a hunting team. The digital trail. Police obtained warrants for Candy's dating profiles across multiple platforms. The same woman appeared on MeetMe, Tinder, and OkCupid. All with slightly different names but the same modus operandi, targeting men who appeared financially stable and without nearby family. Digital forensics revealed that the accounts were all accessed from the same IP address, registered to Glenda Carter's apartment. Text messages recovered from Marcos's phone painted a chilling picture. Make sure you bring cash, Candy had written. The ATMs around here charge crazy fees. Another message asked if he would be coming alone. The trap had been carefully laid. But who was helping Glenda? Surveillance footage from a convenience store near the apartment showed Glenda with 2 men the night of Marcos's murder. They were identified as brothers, Russell and Julius Williams. Question set 2. Number 1. What helped the second victim Eric Daniels escape the attack? Number 2. What suspicious message did Candy send that hinted at her true intentions? Number 3. Who were the 2 male suspects identified as Glenda's accomplices? The manhunt. With 3 suspects now identified, the Georgia Bureau of Investigation issued a BOLO, be on the lookout, for Glenda Carter and the Williams brothers. They were considered armed and dangerous. Marcos's missing car, a 2012 blue Honda Civic, became a key focus of the search. Highway patrol units across 5 states were alerted. Officers combed through hours of traffic camera footage, hoping for a glimpse of the vehicle. 3 days after the murder, the breakthrough came from an unexpected source, a credit card alert. Someone had attempted to use Marcos's card at a gas station in Chattanooga, Tennessee. When security footage was pulled, there they were, Glenda Carter pumping gas while Russell Williams sat in the passenger seat of Marcos's Honda. The net was closing. The takedown. The fugitives made a critical mistake. Instead of continuing north, they doubled back toward Atlanta, perhaps believing the search would be focused elsewhere. License plate readers picked up the Honda on I-75 South. Georgia State Patrol officers coordinated with local police to set up a roadblock near Cartersville. As the Honda approached, the driver, now identified as Russell Williams, spotted the police cars and attempted a desperate U-turn across the median. The car crashed into a guardrail. Dash cam footage shows Russell and Glenda being taken into custody without resistance. Julius Williams wasn't with them. When questioned, Russell refused to reveal his brother's whereabouts. But Glenda, already calculating her options, provided a crucial lead. Check the red roof inn on Lawrenceville Highway. Room 206. That's where he's waiting for us. The final arrest. Detectives burst into room 206 at the Red Roof Inn, guns drawn, and found Julius Williams, lying on the bed, half asleep and confused. He was immediately detained without resistance. As they cleared the room, they discovered a duffel bag near the nightstand. Inside were personal belongings, rolls of cash, a burner phone, and clothing with what appeared to be blood stains. Most importantly, tucked into the side pocket, officers recovered a second weapon, another metal bat, partially cleaned but still bearing signs of red smears. The pieces were falling into place. The detectives now had 3 suspects in custody: Glenda Carter, Russell Williams, and Julius Williams, 2 bloodied baseball bats, a vehicle linked to the crime scene, and physical evidence connecting them to at least 2 violent assaults, one of them fatal. Question set 3. Number 1. What mistake led to the capture of Glenda and Russell? Number 2. Where was Julius Williams found and arrested? Number 3. What key evidence was discovered in the hotel room? Interrogation: Glenda Carter. In the interview room, Glenda remained calm but clearly nervous. When asked why she had lured men using dating apps, her defense began to fall apart. It wasn't supposed to go like that. We were just trying to get some money. Russell said scaring them was enough, but Julius, he lost it, she mumbled, avoiding eye contact. As the interrogation continued, Glenda's story evolved. First, she claimed to be a victim herself, forced to participate by the Williams brothers. Then, when presented with evidence of her active planning, she shifted blame to Russell, portraying him as the mastermind. Detective Perez noticed something unsettling: Glenda showed no emotion when shown photos of Marcos's beaten body. Most people, even hardened criminals, react to images like that, Perez later said. Glenda just stared, like she was looking at a stranger's grocery list. Russell Williams. Russell Williams sat stone-faced across the interview table. At 34, with 3 prior convictions for assault and robbery, he knew the system well. "I'm not saying anything without my lawyer," he repeated, even as detectives laid out the evidence against him. DNA recovered from beneath Marcos's fingernails matched Russell's. His fingerprints were on the bat found in the Honda. Cell tower data placed his phone at the apartment during both attacks. For 8 hours, Russell maintained his silence, occasionally smirking when detectives mentioned specific details of the crimes. Only once did he break character, when informed that Glenda was cooperating with police. "She's lying," he snapped. "Whatever she told you, she's the one who set it all up. Those were her marks, her plans." It was the confession they needed, however unintentional. Interrogation: Julius Williams. Unlike his brother, 29-year-old Julius Williams crumbled under questioning. With less criminal experience and facing overwhelming evidence, he sought to minimize his role. "I just stood lookout, that's all," he insisted, tears streaming down his face. Russell and Glenda did the beatings. I never touched that Mexican guy. When detectives reminded him that being an accomplice to felony murder carried the same penalties as committing the murder himself, Julius became desperate. He offered to testify against the others in exchange for leniency. What he revealed next stunned even the veteran detectives. This wasn't their first crime spree. The trio had conducted similar schemes in Florida and Alabama over the previous year. Glenda's good at picking them, Julius explained. Men with money who won't be missed right away. Question set 4. Number 1. How did Glenda's behavior during interrogation reveal her true character? Number 2. What mistake did Russell make during his interrogation? Number 3. What shocking information did Julius reveal about their criminal history? The evidence mounts. Forensic analysis provided the final nails in the coffin. Blood spatter patterns in the apartment showed that Marcos had been attacked first in the living room, then pursued into the bedroom as he tried to escape. The angle and force of the blows indicated 2 attackers striking simultaneously. Fibers from the sheet used to wrap his body matched those from Glenda's linen closet. Eric Daniels' blood was found on the second bat recovered from the hotel room. Perhaps most damning was the search history on Glenda's laptop: how to clean blood from carpet, states without extradition, and countries with no murder treaty with U.S. The trio had planned not just the attacks, but their escape as well. When detectives accessed Glenda's cloud storage, they found photos of other potential victims, men she had been chatting with online, complete with notes about their financial situations. This wasn't opportunistic crime, this was calculated predation. The victims' stories. As the investigation continued, police identified 3 previous victims across 2 states. Each told a similar story: they met a charming woman online who invited them to her place. Once there, they were ambushed, beaten, and robbed. Those who survived were too embarrassed to report what happened, fearing ridicule or disbelief. "Who would believe I got catfished and beaten up?" one victim explained. Marcos Guerra Lopez wasn't so lucky. Perhaps he resisted more forcefully. Perhaps the attackers were becoming more violent with each crime. His sister, flown in from Mexico to identify his remains, collapsed when told how he died. "He just wanted to find love," she sobbed to reporters. "He sent money home every month to support our mother. He never hurt anyone." Eric Daniels, still recovering from his injuries, expressed survivor's guilt. "If I had reported it immediately, maybe Marcos would still be alive. I'll carry that forever." Justice served. The trial began 9 months later. Prosecutors presented a mountain of evidence: DNA, blood samples, digital communications, and testimony from surviving victims. Julius Williams accepted a plea deal, testifying against his brother and Glenda in exchange for a reduced sentence. On the stand, he detailed how Glenda would select victims, research their financial situations, and lure them to locations where the brothers would be waiting. Russell maintained his innocence despite overwhelming evidence. Glenda's defense strategy shifted multiple times, from claiming coercion to alleging temporary insanity. The jury deliberated for just 4 hours before returning their verdict: guilty on all counts. The sentences handed down reflected the brutality of their crimes. Glenda Carter, life without possibility of parole. Russell Williams, life without possibility of parole plus 30 years. Julius Williams, 25 years with possibility of parole after serving 15. As they were led from the courtroom, Marcos's sister stood and addressed them directly: "You took a good man from this world. A son, a brother, a friend. You stole not just his life, but the future he was building. May you never know peace." The dating app killers had finally been stopped, but for families like Marcos's, justice could never truly heal the wounds they left behind. Question set 5. Number 1. What digital evidence proved the crimes were premeditated? Number 2. Why didn't previous victims report their attacks to police? Number 3. What sentences did each of the 3 criminals receive?